Right, family, are we rolling? Let's see. We're gonna do maybe we'll put this in the travel review. Travel review, and I might tuck it into another playlist. But I wanted to first of all, as a follow-up to my travel review of Mexico, I want to show you something. These books, I ordered these books from my friend George Wiseman. He's a scientist, an engineer, inventor, somebody that thinks outside the box and gets more done in one day at the age of 70 than the average 25-year-old does all month, or perhaps all year. I don't know. The guy's incredible. Anyway, check out his work at eagleresearch.com. Eagle, like in Aguilar. Sorry, I believe the website's only in English. Eagleresearch.com. So now, if I recall correctly, my friend George and his wife, they live in the States. I'm going to have to double check on that, but look at what we got to do to get these books from the States to me in Mexico. Where that have to come from? You see that postmark right there? That's a Canadian. I don't even know if this is on because this is acting all crazy on the screen. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm sorry for the wonky screen. My fancy production studio got wet last night in the rain. The cardboard box, now it's all like caved in. So anyhow, so I just want to point that out. Now, then I want to count how many books I have here. So it's 1, 2. They're not real books. Like when I say book, they're books, but they're not like books. They're just little condensed, very, you could read this stuff in a day or two at the most. Anyway. Okay, so George, he's been at this since I think 1984 or something, like a long time. This guy is amazing. And this is his capital. This is his cap. This comes from his capstone, his mind, his creation. So for sure, he should be reimbursed. Now, he does make a lot of information available via PDF for free. All you need to do is just create an account, and maybe at some point you want to go and buy one of his machines or something. Please do support his work if you can. And if you just want to learn about these kinds of things, what I'm going to show you in a second, check out his website and support his work, because all the money he makes from selling these books and devices, we'll call them, machines, inventions, all this stuff, it's what pays the bills, right? So do get out there and support him if you can. And if nothing else, go and have a look at some of these things, and I will show you some titles to tweak your interest. If you or anyone is somebody like, thinks outside the box, tired of living with antiquated caveman technology, and are interested in propagating some industries of the future, and here we go, right? This opportunity. So get in touch with George, or rather his website. Don't try to get in touch with George. He's busy working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. But do check out his website called eagleresearch.com. But I just want to point this out in reference to the travel review. Why does something coming from the States have to go through a Canadian post office? If trade sanctions aren't in place for the United States. I might need to get my glasses. Hang on. Before I can read, I just want to make sure I get this. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know why. Anyway, so I had this sent to myself. And this is how bad it's got here on the two, like this is the sender, this is the receiver. I have to put that I am a private individual and not a business. I have to put that I'm a private individual and not a business because, well, I'm going to have to do a separate video on this, but in essence, the game now is to turn every single private individual into a business and treat them as such. Treat them as though they're, part of the Fortune 3. And tax the hell out of them. So 6 books, average cost, I want to say just under $10, really. The most expensive item here was $24, but the rest of it was like $3, $6, $10, $9, this kind of thing. Make sure I get everything off of here I wanted to. Now, for the shipping, I can't remember how much I paid because, we couldn't dare publicly admit how much the individual is being charged. Now, by the way, the weight, because, it's the weight that and the size of the package that they, I'll try to peel the sticker off here. Look, got all kinds of stickers on here. It's the weight and the size of the package that, in this case, I guess it would be FedEx. Is that it? FedEx? Yes. And whatever I paid for the postage, I don't remember. But when the guy that went to deliver it yesterday, he said, I have to collect taxes. That's what he said. This is what I'm saying, family. I'm going to do a longer rant on this perhaps so I can break this down. Or maybe I don't need to break it down. Give me 1 second. I have to take a little sip here and a little diversion because I'm about to say something. The AI algorithms are not going to like. It says I have to pay taxes. That's why. So he had to bring it. I had to meet him somewhere with 189 pesos in taxes. Now, I think that's like $12. So collectively, these books roughly $42, somewhere in there. $42. Oh, that's Canadian dollars. I forgot to mention. I haven't done the exchange rate lately, but it's just historically speaking, you're looking at about $38 to $40 worth of books. And the taxes, what's that work out to? I'm gonna have to do the math here in my head, and it's too early for that. The taxes are about $12 US on 30, what did I say it was? 36, something like that, dollars US of book material. So do the math. That's not a 19 or whatever the outrageous rate of sales tax is down here. I think it's 19%. It's not a 19% value added tax. Oh God, I can do a video just to make fun of taxes. That's the taxes they're saying. That's the taxes I owe. 30%. 30% for some books. When, in fact, the import taxes are already factored into the equation for the airway bill number that the FedEx gives you. Because you see, I'm not an importer or an exporter. That would be FedEx, DHL, and the like, right? So these guys know how much taxes need to be collected at the port. So they already factor that into their airway bill number. Remember back in the day, people like, wow, just less than a year ago. Oh my God, it's so long ago, just a year ago. Well, I don't know. Maybe here in Mexico, it's been a little bit longer than a year, but this FedEx is in the business of moving things across the international borders. They know the cost of the things. They know the nomenclature of the things that are inside the package, and therefore they can coordinate with their buddies at the port to tax you accordingly. And that already is included in the money that you pay for the label to ship the package. This is not just double taxation. This is almost triple taxation, because 19% sales tax is the tax rate here. That's the rate of theft in Mexico, is 19%. That's not 19%. That's a third. That's like 33%. So I'll show you this real quick. I'm gonna just do this rant right quick, and then and then I'm going to show you the titles to these books. Stay tuned. This is going to be really good. So that right there, they slap this extra label on top of it, and they're saying FedEx needs to collect extra. Well, they call it cobro. It's a slang term. It can be used in multiple different ways, but most people like to think of it as, you got to pay extra, cobro, some taxes. And that's what they tell you when they call you and say, we got a package, but it has taxes to pay. So you have to pay these taxes when we deliver. That's the message coming out of the mouth of the man who drives the truck. I'm sorry, I did not realize that FedEx or its truck drivers were a taxing authority. If there are government taxes I have to pay that I have not already paid in the shipping label, which I already have, then please give me a tax invoice from the government. Oh no, couldn't do that. Are you kidding me? No, just looky, scan this code. I don't know what's in that code. People don't scan nothing. This is crazy. Be careful with this. Be careful with this. You don't know what this is. You have no idea what this is, what's in here. Be careful with it. Don't just assume everything has, it's try here to help me and make my life easier and more convenient. No, it's not, family. You better be careful with these codes. So he says, well, you can scan this code and then you can reference the tax bill. Well, I'm sorry. If I was to sell my car to somebody, and collect taxes on behalf of the government to sell my car to that person, I would need to generate a piece of paper to make it, with all the stamps and signatures, because that's what they love so much. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, they're violent with this. It's great. It's like a punching bag for them, right? Oh my gosh. I digress. And I digress for, just to let that sink in. have already paid taxes. It's in the airway bill number. The import-export business knows what the nomenclature is of the items inside the box or the package, and they know, and that's what's included. It's included in your airway bill number. It's not for you, the individual, to be decentralized all the way down. Like that's trade, international trade, and all the figuration and compilation of any taxes that are due is done, dusted, and sorted. It's always has been. This is the traditional way that shipping companies work. Anyway. Right. Now, I'm going to slip out of dragon mode and into the white rabbit mode. You hear my friend in the background? That's the Carpintero. Ready? All right, I'm going to throw some... First of all, I'm going to give a big shout out to George Wiseman. My friend. An inventor, engineer, scientist, guy that thinks outside the box. He's just a lovely person and a brilliant mind. Man, this guy's off the chart. And he gets more done in a day. This guy loves what he does. He works 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, but this here is the product of his capital. So please, if you can, support his work at eagleresearch.com. Eagle, right? I don't believe he has any websites or books in Spanish, family. So apologies for that. But look, let's translate some. Let's get some of this stuff in different language, right? Why not? Come on. Check it out. eagleresearch.com. Now, if you get in touch with George, first of all, because he doesn't want to open himself up to the wider audience, he doesn't get involved with the patent office at all, and rightly so. And he doesn't accept government grants or any kind of government funding to facilitate his research or develop prototypes. Because, yeah, he's been doing this a while and he knows how the system works. And my dad did too. My dad told me on his deathbed, I don't know. He was like, if you invent something, don't ever take it to the patent office. Just watch out. These people are gatekeepers. They'll squash your inventions and ensure you live a life of, penniless. You'll be penniless. And if you try to get up off your knees and invent something else and go around and now you got handlers on you. And so, yeah, this is But looky here, that is the paradigm of the fourth world. We're not in that world anymore. Not since the beginning of the new year in April. I'm going to show you some titles now. Please do go to eagleresearch.com. I believe in order to view any of the machines or books that he has, I'm not sure. He's got quite a lot of stuff up there on his website. But you got to create an account. Like, he wants to make sure that you're a real person and not, somebody trying to infiltrate and squash the technology and take down the website and track him down and bring a SWAT team to his house or whatever, For real, people. This is some of the stuff we've had to take precautions against over, Well, since all the caveman technology guys took over the turn of the 18th century, most recent. Anyway, that's another video. We won't digress too much. I just want to show some titles to you. Ready? Now, I don't know if that's going to show up. I'm looking at the screen right now. That title is showing up backwards, like if you were looking in a mirror. Anybody out there want to get 200 miles to the gallon while you ride around in your antiquated caveman combustion engine vehicle? Or rather sit in traffic all day. Look at that. Yeah, torquing this up, sorry. Can you see that? Here goes another one. You see that? Practical Energy Solutions. Portofino. You see this? And this will piss off the petrochemical industry big time, because this one resource the cranial sacral fluid of Mother Earth. It's not a finite resource. It's an infinite. Well, first of all, it's not a resource. It's a source, not a anytime you see resource, think of like they're going to, I don't know. It's a source of life. And it's Mother Earth's source of life. It would be like your and I's, what do they call, Kundalini energy, or your chi that flows up and down your, from your head to your tailbone, your spinal fluid. Your lubrication that runs the entire body, the entire being. It's not a fossil fuel. That term was coined, I believe, in the 1970s, thereabouts, right around the time of the so-called Bretton Woods Agreement that put the US dollar on the stage of world currencies as the petrodollar, as the to say, it's not backed in gold, it's not backed in silver, it doesn't have any resource or commodity or anything backing it per se. The manufacturing industry was wiped out. The manufacturing-based economy was wiped out. It was moving towards a consumer-based economy, and all of the spin was, we have to tell people that, and people believed it, and still do to this day. And George might be one of them, I don't know. But look, it's propaganda. The more you repeat it often, the lie, it becomes the truth. It's not fossil fuel. That is a term that was come up with by the geopolitical reptile figures like Henry Kissinger and the petrochemical industry writ large. Because they want us to believe it's a finite resource. They want us to believe that... therefore, if you have, like, here we go, supply and demand, right? If my supply is here and my demand is here, I'm gonna be able to pretty much keep stable market prices. But if the supply is finite and the only thing that's increasing now is the demand, well, now I have a supply and demand issue, and therefore what happens? Increase in an increase of the commodity in the market. So the word fossil fuel was created to make us think that this oil, that this fluid that we're sucking out of our Mother Earth is due to some fossils that I'm sorry, everybody fell for it. The geologists fell for it. Of course, all the Harvard Business School market people, they fell for it. Anyway, I digress. It's not a fossil fuel, but we do put this stuff into our antiquated combustion engine vehicles and use it to, and various other antiquated technologies to fuel them. So what about this? I'm gonna just show you the whole. Look, he's even got like a little. Oops. He's got like a little. That's his name there, George Wiseman. Check him out. Send him some love when you can. Hey. Yeah. What do you think, family? It's for real. It's for real. So if you or anyone you know is, in any way, shape, or form inclined to support this work, to get involved in this work, to come up with inventions of your own, George has a plethora of stuff. And I also want to give a shout out to another dear friend. She's in Canada, and her name is Jean Manning. That's Jean, like in November, Jean Manning, Manning. And she's too been engaged for 4 decades in this field. And so here we go. Vamonos. If you're in Canada and you're anywhere close to Jean, she's got a website too where you can download and or purchase some books. Really, family. I just want to give a shout out to George and Jean and everybody else that's out there right now as I speak, developing free energy devices, anti-gravity vehicles, and all the other manner of the industries of the future. I'm grateful for you. And and just I wanted to do another rant, boots on the ground experience here in Mexico. You want some books? Anyhow, family, I hope you found this useful, and if you did, it's my honor to share it with you. And please do, when you can, give a shout out, show some support, show some love, buy some of their books and read them, and get together with other like-minded, I don't want to say geeky people, but people who just like, the kind of guys and gals that do their math equations in their head, and they write things out on a chalkboard, and they, put schematics together and then develop prototypes, because this is real, family. This is real. Yeah, you hear me? It's for real. Like, come on, the birds can fly. Why can't we? What is this thing called gravity? Ooh-wee. Let me see. I need to do another video on that. I forgot all about that. I'm going to throw that out there. Gravity. What is that? What the hell is that? Can somebody explain that to me? Nope. Sure can't. Why not? Well, probably it's due to a limited perspective, perhaps, or just the inclination not to think outside the box, just to operate within the current paradigm. Okay, not my bag, but anyway, now that you mention that, what is gravity? Literally, that's the question that no scientist on the planet has, to this date, as far as I know. I could be wrong, because I haven't. I just quit. I just quit looking into it. Like, I could just tell that they were just going to go around in circles and never come up with any kind of solutions or anything, answers. So I just reverse engineered the question. And I do believe I might be the only person on the planet that has done that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there are others out there that think like this. I hope there are others that have pondered this. I believe there are, because we are all connected in a unified field of consciousness. Absolutely we are. And some of us project our consciousness into the field a little, with, let's say, a little bit more permission or authority of the Great Spirit, and or by facilitation of technology, like a 369 spiral. But yeah, why not reverse engineer the question? If no one can answer this question for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, just reverse engineer the question, and maybe that'll give you another perspective. Nope, never occurs. But anyway, so yeah. How do I reverse engineer that question? What is gravity? Well, I say, what is gravity not? Could it be that if I reverse engineer the question and say, what is gravity not, then I can come up with some ideas, like I did. I'm just waiting to explore them. I'd love to have my own laboratory. If you know anybody out there that's got access to funds and stuff like that, I would love to get together with some other engineers and scientists and free thinkers to develop some prototypes of my own, or our own, right? Because it's not my technology. It's not for me. It's not my will. It's thy will, Great Spirit. What is gravity not? Could it be it's the absence and or the distortion of ambient frequencies? That's my theory. Come on, family. For real. This doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't. Yeah. Vamonos. Here we go. Damn sure I am tired of sitting in that car. Sitting in traffic. Getting gouged at the pump. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do another video on that. The real price of commodities. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, what is a problem? A solution waiting to be implemented. That's what a problem is. Vamonos, family. I hope you found this information useful and inspiring. And I hope to see you getting involved with people in your own community, reaching out to George and Jean and whomever. And stay tuned for more. Lots more. Until we speak again, ciao for now. Bye.